I'm eavesdropping on my neighbor. He just pet a cow statue he has in his backyard, and you know, I'm rocking with it. I want to sit down and finally put some effort into what I've been wanting to film while being here, doing something solely for myself. That's not something I'm normally comfortable with, and oftentimes I try to find ways to avoid it, but that avoidance has caused more harm than good. As a record of my time here in France, I aim to film, make little montages, and have a tangible element of my growth that I can then compare and go, my time here wasn't spent poorly. I think I have to put aside a lot of my own fears and fearing rejection and judgment, and that's a really hefty problem to try and address. And I hope that being abroad and studying here and forcing myself to be uncomfortable will be the catalyst for that kind of growth. Yesterday was my 21st birthday, and I feel weird about bringing it up, not only because being not in America, there's no pomp and circumstance for your 21st birthday. Automatically that hype of being 21 was lost, and that excitement was not a part of my birthday. And on top of that, being far from family has been really difficult, just because my family is my core support system. I need to learn how to adjust to those uncomfortable feelings and to not allow that disrupt my happiness or my growth. I've had a great time being here so far. This is about my third week in France, and it's been hard. The language barrier has been really hard. I think that has been one of the biggest things to adjust to, is I'm relying a lot more on my own independence. I love walking around the city. It's my favorite thing to do. There's a lot of opportunities to people watch. And I'm learning to be okay with being a tourist. I'll hear a group of younger kids my age walk past and they go, tourist, tourist. I'm like, damn, shit. It's enough to where it's like, I'm gonna be an outsider. And I think that's a wonderful way of pushing my boundaries and pushing my perception of how my privilege has benefited a white American. Having that language barrier and cultural barrier be a key factor of how I live here, I think is going to be a really great tool that I can then use the rest of my life. I have a lot of room for growth, and you know, if moving myself into a bigger pot, it's weird to let your roots untangle and get used to that extra area. It's uncomfortable, it's necessary, and it's not without purpose. So I feel good about being here, and I hope to use this kind of record of my time here as not only a way to update my family and friends and tell them I am doing all right, but also to have a tangible collection of my experience here, to not gaslight myself into going, and that didn't happen, it didn't have the impact I thought it did. It's like, no, it did, and I should allow myself that kind of peace. So here's hoping for the best.